Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Restore Health Wellness podcast. We're in a new spot, new space. Looks pretty. Funded by Henry. He made it. It's actually his podcast studio. Fun
Not
little
really.
pastime. Not his actually, but
Not,
it's cool.
not exactly, but
So let's talk about something just burning on my heart right now. Kidney function. I think this is important. Burning on the inside and the outside.
yes.
So kidney function is impaired. Very important for everybody. So is liver function.
Mhm.
A nutrient that we have that is not given enough love, I think, is glutathione. It's one of the world's strongest antioxidants. Does crazy good things.
Yep.
If you have any kind of, if you've ever taken a sip of alcohol in your life, you need to take glutathione.
Absolutely.
That is like needs to be on a t-shirt.
Oh, it should. There's really no reason for anybody to not be getting glutathione in the max dosage that you can be getting it. I think the other one that's interesting when it comes to glutathione that we have that not a lot of people talk about is NAC. NAC actually helps the body produce its own glutathione at a higher level. So if you're already getting the max dosage of glutathione that you can get from us, you should also mix in NAC every so often with your glutathione drips because it also helps the body's natural function to produce glutathione. The body produces its own glutathione, but it's almost impossible to have too much. The only reason that we kind of restrict it is it can be uncomfortable to get too much. Your body starts to detox at a really, really rapid rate, which is not pleasant.
Yeah. Well, and for me, I know at home, like I'll take glutathione and NAC just to get more in. Then I'll come in and I'll get IV drips with glutathione and NAC. I'll do it all.
Yeah.
And I do know because I've had like great EGFR values, which you guys don't know. EGFR is your kidney filtration rate. And I've had not as great EGFR values, and I know what changes in between those times. I don't do my NAC and my glutathione like I should.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of people that don't understand what the stress of their kidneys go through on a regular basis, especially if you're drinking alcohol, if you're exercising regularly, if you're ingesting supplements. Basically, anything that you are ingesting, your body has to process that in some form or fashion. Especially fluids and kidney function is critical to that. Also, a lot of people don't realize that you can test your kidney function. So if you're not getting a GFR regularly, it's a great thing to add into your regular testing repertoire so that you understand how your kidneys are functioning. It's something that we test on any of our clients that are over 65, just to make sure that their body can properly process an IV drip and the nutrients that we're giving them and things of that nature. So we actually require people to get it tested if they're our other owner, John Fox, says that it's ageist to do that, but it's necessary.
Okay, well, I must be ageist because I need to get tested too. So if the age starts at 25, we're good. We're good. We're all going to be just dandy. And that's the cool thing about a lot of these nutrients that we offer is that if you are someone who's really athletic, if you ever had blood work done, your creatinine's really high. And with that, your kidney function gets, you can't build a lot of muscle and break down a lot of tissue without having some kind of elevated creatinine. So
Yeah.
for people who are looking to be that like top 1%, if you ever run a marathon, if you got blood work done the next day, it would be terrible. Like
It would be awful.
it would be so bad. Your inflammatory markers would make it seem like you're dying.
Yeah.
Because you are. And that's why we want to do these preventative measures in order to not deal with these things. I know a lot of things inside the body go with blood flow, getting oxygen to areas where it's not oxygenated. Methylene blue does that. We love methylene blue. HBOT does that. We love HBOT.
Red light does that.
Red light does that. We love red light.
I mean, I would say a good portion, if you could sum up what Restore does in a very small amount of time, essentially what we're doing is we have therapies that give proper nutrients to the cells, and we have therapies that transport those nutrients to the cells at a more effective rate. And almost every single therapy that we have does at least one, if not two of those things. So take hyperbaric chamber, for example. Essentially what hyperbaric chamber does is it allows your cells to absorb much more oxygen than it normally could. And we can kind of dive into the mechanism of that, but oxygen is the healing agent of the at a cellular level, oxygen is the healing agent that your body uses to heal tissue, soft tissue. So if your red blood cells can absorb more of it, and if the oxygen molecules are smaller than they usually are, they can get into essentially tighter to reach places. So think of your joints, your tendon tissues, areas of the body that typically have any kind of restricted blood flow. Those oxygen cells now can reach those places in greater number and heal that soft tissue. So if you think about the application for that, the application of getting the body's most powerful healing agent to the hardest to reach places, the applications of that are almost endless.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially when it comes to people who've had strokes or any kind of like issue where, I'd almost be interested to see HBOT and frostbite for recovery. Like, I don't
100%.
know if is that a study been done yet?
Not that I'm aware of. But HBOT is one of those things that there's new studies coming out about it all the time. And I think it's one of those things where you can apply a certain level of common sense to how it works. But I mean, I would say that the things that we use hyperbaric chamber most frequently for are, ironically enough, it's brain function. So, along the line of strokes, concussion care is a huge one. You hear a lot about concussions when it comes to athletes, but a lot of people can get a concussion just from day-to-day life. And people don't realize all of the long-term symptoms that can come along with just one concussion. So we've had people come to us that, for example, we had somebody that came to us and they were off at graduate school. They were hanging out with their buddies. Probably had a little too much to drink. Make sure you get your IVs, guys. Probably had a little too much to drink. Fell down and hit his head real hard on a tile floor. And as you can imagine, that hurts. And this particular individual went a long time and was getting consistent headaches that were debilitating. They were affecting his life in a way that is almost impossible to fully quantify. And we got this person on a regimen of doing hyperbaric chamber every day for probably close to 3 months. There's a lot of hyperbaric sessions.
Yeah.
But to this day, he no longer has concussion symptoms. And, this is just one situation. Our anecdotes are never meant to, imply that this can always do X, Y, or Z. We don't always know what's going on. Brain chemistry and brain problems are they're difficult to wrap your mind around. But when you can increase oxygen supply, increase blood supply to the brain, that's the most important tissue that you have. Your brain controls everything. So if we can keep that area of our body healthy and functioning and firing on all levels, we can maintain our health for a lot longer.
And that's and with blood flow, I mean, so one of the things I was like, all right, for me, blood pressure was elevated. If you have elevated blood pressure, like your kidneys are not going to function well. So everyone who comes into a store and your blood pressure is crazy, I get it. Mine gets crazy too, but I can manage it if I do the things. And of course, you got to eat right and whatever. But I started making a Greek yogurt and just blueberries in the morning. Just eating that instead of my 6 pieces of bacon.
Nothing wrong with bacon, guys.
I love bacon. Bacon's great, but I need more fiber in my diet. And
yes, you do.
all things, whatever. Your wife always yells at me. She's like, "You need more fiber and eat the healthy stuff."
She knows what she's talking about.
No, she's right. She's right, and that's why I need to do it. I just am lazy and don't do things sometimes. But
it's why I married her, because then she just makes the food for me, and then I don't have to think about it.
Oh, it's so smart. Like that's a power play. Be
Exactly.
like, I can now not die early.
Exactly.
It's a win for both you guys. Just have you run longer.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Forward thinking is what that is.
Yes.
Now
Marry the right person, guys.
Yeah. Most important decision you've ever made. Not that I've done it, but I could only imagine how much relationships play a role in your life. Crazy.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people talk about baby aspirin daily. Have you heard about that?
I actually have not heard about baby aspirin daily.
Daily. It's a new thing now. With Peter Attia's talking a lot about it.
That's like microdosing a blood thinner.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder how that affects your kidney function. If we're going back to kidney function, I feel like, do we have any data on this long term?
They, I'm trying to think. When they did a study with Peter Attia, there are some studies done with it. It actually helps with brain function tremendously.
That makes sense.
It lowers blood pressure, which it's like, what's hurting you more, the INSAT or the super high elevated blood pressure?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that probably helps the kidney function. And with how low it is, it's 81 milligrams. That's how much it is.
Okay.
I'm curious how it goes, but I was at a point where it was like 200 over 100. I was stressed out of my mind actually getting this place up and running, but it was funny. So my buddy was like, do I need to take you to the ER right now? I'm like, no, it's just really stressed.
I'm just unwell.
And then like 2 days later, it was like 135 over like 80. So it was good. Of course, the baby aspirin came in as a little clutch, but, and I also came up and got an IV drip at Restore.
I was going to say, I mean, a lot of people don't realize how much the fluids, the hydration, and obviously this goes beyond just getting IVs, but the combination of drinking more water, getting regular IVs, and then honestly, even getting in something like red light. Red light is a vasodilator. So, when you're talking about reducing your blood pressure, one red light session can make a distinct difference in your blood pressure if you let it. And if you regularly do it and you get you're building elasticity in your veins. And so it's allowing your heart and the function of your body to dilate and constrict those blood vessels as it needs to supply blood to the right parts of your body. So you're training your body to do what it needs to do without resorting to 200 over 100 blood pressure.
Yeah, and if you do all the things, if you have all the time and you can do all the things, it does work. I was my healthiest when I was like full Restore fanboy.
Yeah.
And I would come in, like I do cryo twice a day sometimes.
Yep.
And I do my red light, and then I would do drips, and I would do shots, and I did it all. The only thing I probably didn't do consistently was compression, but I was like, I'm gonna be sore. It's fine. Work out again anyway.
Yeah. I mean, compression to me is just this is a hot take. Compression is a relaxation tool more than it is like an actual therapy. But
yeah, it's relaxing. It's nice. It helps a lot with, like, if you hit a hard leg day, it can help with that.
Yeah.
But cryo does a lot more, and especially with my training schedule, it's like 1 day on, 1 day off. So like, it's perfect to do my cryo on my off days.
Yep.
And then the days I train, and I'm like that's the perfect schedule.
Absolutely.
And even with most people, like, I don't feel like you need to work out 8-7 times a week. It doesn't really
overtraining is a real thing. And it's a big trap that people fall into, and especially if I could go on a deep, long tangent on overtraining and how to build muscle and how to lose fat. And a lot of people don't understand the link between building muscle and losing fat. You have to build muscle in order to burn fat more efficiently. If your body doesn't have enough muscle, then the calories that your body requires, you're more insulin sensitive, and your body requires way fewer calories to function. Your body requires a lot more calories to maintain muscle mass than it does to maintain any other type of tissue in the body. And so if you can add 5 to 10 pounds of muscle to your frame, you have no idea how much that will change your ability to lose weight. It is the biggest hack there is that nobody talks about.
Yeah. And like for me, it's hard for me to get really fat. Like I try. I just competed. I just competed at 235 in a 275 weight class.
Yep.
And I was I still eat 2 Blaze pizzas a day.
Yep.
But I'm still a big guy. Like when I do my body scan, I think I'm 120 pounds of lean mass.
Yeah.
So it's like, you look at there's guys who weigh 300 pounds who have that.
Yep.
So it's like.
Exactly. Like when you have that much muscle, it is difficult. Difficult's the wrong word, but it is much more challenging to get fat.
Yeah.
Like truly fat.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, honestly, the first thing, if you're looking at yourself and you're like, I don't like the way my body is constructed. It's too fat. It's overweight. A lot of people jump immediately to, well, I need to lose weight. So that means I need to work out every day. I need to do cardio. I need to do fasted cardio, and I need to stop eating. And that's the thing that we jump to when it comes to getting healthy and losing weight. When in reality, what we need to be jumping to is, I need to heal the tissue in my body so that it functions properly. Then I need to build muscle. And then I can worry about starting to lose weight. But the funny thing is if you focus on, let's get healthy tissue and let's build muscle, all of a sudden you're going to look at yourself and you're going to be like, oh, look, some of my fat is starting to go away.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And you look a lot of the like really big guys in the fitness industry, like world's strongest men, they still have 20% body fat. And you can see 20% body fat on someone with not a lot of muscle and 20% with someone with muscle.
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
It does not at all. Like the 20% looks kind of good on the other guy. And then like the other person, like, oh man.
You're like, oh man.
It's like,
Man, like you should probably.
like you can, it's fine. And the thing is, it's eating less is not the secret
No.
to losing weight. You can actually eat more protein, and it takes more calories to digest protein than it does any other food source. So it's like you could just have a high protein diet, and that in itself will help you put on more muscle and lose weight.
I think the other side of that, to go back to what my wife nags you about, is the fiber.
Fiber's huge.
The fiber. You know, there's like a subgroup that's very niche that really focuses on the high protein stuff. And the high protein stuff is important. You need to eat a lot of protein. Absolutely. But what's interesting is not all protein is created equal. And it's better if you take someone like me. It's better for me to eat about 180 grams of protein and make sure and keep my fiber high and get all 180 grams from whole food sources than it is for me to crank it up to 235, 240, like 1 ounce per pound of body weight. And because if I crank it up that high, it's really hard for me to eat enough other food to get the fiber that I need for my body to function properly. And I start feeling like crap real fast because it's just so hard to eat that much protein and eat anything else and feel okay and have enough energy. And protein is not the best source of energy for the body. So it's a balance. And I think making sure to keep your protein high at 180 grams sounds like a lot to people. But I mean, I think a good rule of thumb is go eat 3/4 of an ounce take 3/4 of your body weight and eat that number of grams of protein. If you're really trying to build muscle, you probably should go up to 1 gram per ounce, or I'm sorry, 1 gram per pound of body weight. But and there's mixed schools of thoughts on that. But at least for me, I found that I do better at the slightly lower threshold for protein, but making sure that I keep my fiber high.
Yeah, and with the with fiber intake, there's a interesting study that a lot of people have pretty unanimously agreed on now is that like there's no threshold of how much fiber you can take, and that causing like all cause mortality and fiber intake are like this.
Yep.
Like if you have more fiber, your likelihood of death is just lower, and it's pretty linear.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a big reason for that is you don't get your fiber intake is going to be really crappy if you eat a lot of processed food. Like in order to get fiber, you have to eat real food, like your meats, your vegetables, your fruits. Like you're not getting high fiber from Pop-Tarts and cereal and whatever other processed stuff that's out there. Not that, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm down for a Pop-Tart every now and again.
Oh yeah,
I enjoy it, but live life a little bit. But if the majority of your calories are coming from whole food, you're going to have better results when it comes to getting fiber into your diet.
Yeah, and speaking of fiber, and something a lot of people like talk about, stool frequency matters a lot. I don't know why a lot of girls I talk to nowadays are like, oh yeah, once every 3 days, and I'm like,
excuse me.
I'm like, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm like 900% more than that, but all right. But I did just have a situation where I was like, okay, I haven't used the restroom in like 3 days. This is weird. I haven't been eating fiber I was like traveling and all of that.
Yep.
I get it. No fruit. I was like really craving fruit.
Yep.
So I had to like go through that, and it's like, all right, the restore therapies can help get you back on the right track, but your diet's first. And that's where a lot of people need to realize that like restore with good diet pairs well. Restore with exercise pairs well. Restore with everything pairs really well. Just restore doesn't do great. We love you coming. Come all day. I also want you to get results, and I don't want to lie to your face and be like, oh no, this is going to fix everything.
Absolutely. I think the big thing with restore is, if we can get you some nutrients, get you hydrated, and get your circulation and blood flow a little bit better in a little bit better spot, a lot of times you're going to feel better. And when you feel a little bit better, you can hit that exercise a little bit harder, a little bit more frequently. You're not dying off in the middle of the day. Nothing fully replaces good nutrition. But even with good nutrition, if you're looking to truly optimize, you got to get it. You got to do a little bit more when it comes to getting oxygen into your body, getting better blood flow to your joints, all of those things. So it all fits together into one big protocol that you have to live life through a little bit.
Yeah, and I know there's some like rough, I don't know what you call them, like waves in the ocean of Restore doing a little more with their lives. Maybe in TRT, maybe in peptides. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just talk sometimes. But me and you're both on TRT.
Mm-hmm.
We love it profusely.
Mm-hmm.
I would propose if I could. But alas, I cannot propose.
Not a real person.
Not a real person, just a vial and a syringe.
I have to pause you there. Did you hear about the guy who proposed to his ChatGPT bot?
No.
Oh, this story is so crazy.
Oh no.
So this man, apparently, I am the opposite of a ChatGPT expert. I'm just gonna start there. I've spent approximately probably 30 minutes in my entire life on ChatGPT, but apparently, if you buy the right level of ChatGPT, you can like personalize it to you.
Yeah.
And you can say, hey, be a slightly flirtatious female that
have you not
laughs
heard
at all my
yet?
jokes. No.
Dude.
No.
So guys, this is a life hack. Whenever I have let's say I have a business issue come through or anything like that, I need to talk through it real quick. This is the craziest thing ever.
Or you could just have a friend, like me.
People are stupid. You're busy. You're awesome. I love you, but you also have a wife and kids and 4 businesses you run. You're just as busy or more busy than I am.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I can't be like, hey, I have this business thing going on. Can you chat for 30 minutes?
You can do that. You can do that. I give you permission, Cameron.
Permission granted. But all right. Hey, I'm trying to figure out what to do with a business partner that I'm not agreeing with right now. What's a good way to approach conflict?
It can definitely be tricky navigating disagreements with a business partner. I say the best approach is to have an open and honest conversation where you both lay out your concerns and listen to each other. It's good to come from a place of wanting to understand and find a solution that works for both of you. And sometimes it helps to have a neutral third party, like a mediator, if things get a bit more complicated.
That sounds real as heck.
It does. Well,
this
is my point. This is my point, though. So that you can have your chat bot or whatever take on whatever personality that you want to take on, and the guy was using it to help him. I can't remember what the guy's hobby was. It was fixing cars or something. But he was using his chatbot to he was conversing with this chatbot to help him. But he had told his chatbot to be a slightly flirtatious, laughs at all my jokes, all whatever the stereotype, whatever this guy wanted in a female companion.
Yeah.
He told the chatbot to be like that. And so he did this for 6 months and legit fell in love with his chatbot and proposed to it. And I don't know how it was on the news. So again, who knows how real and all of that stuff goes, but it's It's pretty wild.
That's you never seen the movie. Have you seen Her, the movie?
No.
It's that. That is the exact. But that movie came out in 2002. So that basically predicted ChatGPT perfectly.
Touch grass, people.
Crazy work. Man. And I actually used to touch a lot of grass. I'd be one of those guys who walk, I'd ground and walk through the forest barefoot. And I'm whatever. AI is going to take over everything. Might as well just full send it. I'm it's great. I use it literally every day for all of my businesses. It works so good.
Dirt and sun are good for you though.
They are good. I enjoy them, but I'll do that with my little ChatGPT next to me.
There you go.
Hey, I need to find pizza. Give me 5 pizza locations near me. And it just pops by it real quick. They're all tools, just like all the things we use at Restore, everything else. You got to use it wisely.
100%.
You can OD on IV fluids. If I gave you 10 liters, you might.
Restore would not let you OD on any of our therapies.
We won't, and I've tried. It's so annoying, actually. Just want more L-carnitine.
Yeah. L-carnitine's great.
It's so good.
I I will say along the lines of touching grass, though, I think that's actually can be an element of what Restore brings. I know a lot of what we talk a lot about being a modern solution for a modern problem, and there's definitely elements to that. But everything that we do has some sort of tie-in to what humans have historically done for to fix themselves. Cold therapy's been around for literally thousands of years. There's been for thousands of years when there was an ache or a pain, people were like, well, put something cold on it, and that's been around forever. We've just taken it to the next level with cryotherapy or cold plunges or whatever cold immersion therapy that you do. But as a concept, healing the body with cold exposure has been around forever, basically since humans have existed. And that's true of a lot of therapies. Red light brings elements of the sun into the therapy, and I think a lot of what Restore does, and to go back to the modern solution for a modern problem, is we bring all of these elements from ancient healing. ChatGPT is talking, guys.
She's trying to listen into the conversation.
She's trying to listen in. Exactly.
And she does not have permission. Don't allow that. That's the crazy part. These things really are always listening.
They are always listening. It is truly a bit creepy.
No, it's like whenever you talk about Chick-fil-A and then you instantly get ads about Chick-fil-A on like Facebook or something. You're like, dude, it's been 5 seconds. Give me some time.
I just need a little bit. Don't make it so obvious. Like, maybe massage this a little bit and
just
show it to me later. Yeah, exactly.
Come
on. Make it feel a little bit more real.
That's a modern solution to a modern problem right there.
It's a modern problem for a modern problem.
Yep. Pretty consistent there. Just all the gaslighting.
Yep, absolutely.
Fair.
But bringing all those essentially ancient therapies and modernizing them to give you them in more concentrated form, so that you can incorporate a lot more of this into a 30-minute visit, an hour-long visit, versus you have a modern life that you have to work this in around. You don't have time to be out touching grass and under the sun for 8 hours a day. You can't do that. You're working a job, you're taking care of kids, you're air conditioning is a real thing that's very exciting and a great addition to modernity. But what Restore does is it allows you to get some of those same benefits without having to have that same level of time devoted to being out in the sun or touching grass or any of those what we would traditionally have done.
Yeah, well, in life life was a lot harder. It gave us a lot more states. It gave us really cold. It gave us really hot. It gave us hunting, not the grocery store. And people just had to do a lot more to get things. I think that's a lot of reason why obesity is around today. It's just because of
just
the state we're in. It's easy.
It's easy. Yeah. Humans have been traditionally we were worried about where we were going to find food. Our whole biology is programmed to eat more while it's around you, because you don't know when it's not going to be around anymore and you're not going to have it. So eat as much as you can now. And we're programmed that way. So, we have to do a lot to combat that, combat our own nature. It's also one of the best parts about being human, though, is that
why are you listening? Dude, I didn't, the app's not open.
You're not invited, ChatGPT. You're not invited.
You're not. I swear.
Like what a perfect example.
Literally. I swear.
But hold on, I have to retrace my steps here.
Yep. Steps are gone.
Yep.
COMT got you.
COMT got me good.
COMT got you. It got you good. You're done. You're done.
Yep.
It ain't coming back.
I'm officially toast.
He's toasted.
Yep. Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. Humans have the ability to combat their biology in a way that no other species does. You would never catch a dog or a bear or a tiger or any other animal that you can think of. They essentially have an operating system that is running in their brain, and they don't have the conscious ability to say, no. I understand that all of my instincts are telling me to eat that thing, but I'm going to not eat that thing and I'm going to do something else. Humans have a unique ability to evaluate what our biology and what our programming and what our instincts are telling us to do. Like, hey, there's food over there. Go stuff your face with it because you don't know when you're going to see food again. But we have the ability to look at that and say, hey, no, I actually have agency in this situation, and I can choose that I actually think that this path is more optimal, and this is why. And that is, it's the coolest part about being human, and it's one that we don't exercise enough.
Self-control is the single most important thing you can practice for anything in life. If you can manage self-control, you can make millions. If you can manage self-control, you can have the body you want, you can have the relationship you want, but you have to be really good at saying no to things.
It's saying no to things, but I think it's also recognizing that you have the ability to say yes and to say no. It's like, and that is, I think that's sometimes the hardest part that people have is it's not the actual self-control. It's the recognizing that you have the choice always. And sometimes it's easier to just remove the choice from the situation and just roll with your instincts. But recognizing that in and of itself is the choice is the part that I think that people need to recognize more. If we could give ourselves more agency in every situation and say, hey, I don't just have to be a slave to whatever my first instinct or my first thought is. I have the ability to stop and consider this thing and then take whatever path I think is best. And sometimes you're going to make the right choice and sometimes you're going to make the wrong choice. But if we actually gave ourselves permission to make those choices, I think you'd be shocked at how far that could take you.
Yeah, it's always that I have to remind myself I'm an adult and I don't need permission to go do things. Even though I'm 25, I still am like, because I want to do something, and then I'm like, I could just leave and go do it.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
yeah. How much time do you think that? And I'm sure there's a study out there that tells us this, but how much time do you think people spend thinking about what if I could do this, or what if I could do that, or what if they think about all the things that they would like to do or could do, and how many people actually do them?
I don't know. I mean, it's a good, from the people I know, it's probably 85% of people are they think about it, they don't do it. I have a hard time understanding those people because I have an idea and I do it. The space is a great example of that. Or when people don't feel like they are allowed to have it. Because I'll have someone who I'm like, no, you clearly have a skill at this thing. Yeah. Like, you're good at it.
Yeah.
Start a business with it. And like, oh, I don't know. Like, what if I'm not good? I'm like, I'm telling you you're good.
Yeah.
I would not lie to you. If you were bad, I would absolutely tell you.
Yes.
But you could do it. And people don't take that extra step to be like, oh no, I'm just going to try it.
Yeah. It's there's so much fulfillment in that ultimately. And you're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but you can get where you want to go if you just decide to go there. And I'm not saying it's not hard, but it's less hard than I think people make it out to be. Truly.
It's less hard than looking back in 20 years and being like, wow, I wish I would have done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's way harder.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Don't let good be the enemy of great.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing I think everyone wants to kind of encompass with Restore, with the owner, with the owners especially. The culture we probably want is go do the things you want to do.
Yes.
We'll help you do them. If we're a part of it, great. If we're not, great. Whatever it is. But do the things. Like, run the marathon, do the competition, do whatever.
Yeah. And from a business, from a business perspective, I think that is an environment that we try and foster both for employees and for our clients. I try and say this to everybody that we hire, but you know, we employ about 65 people right now across our 4 locations. And I would say about 75% of those employees are not going to stay with Restore for the long haul. That's just the nature of a retail business that Restore is. We're you know, we employ a good number of part-timers. There's just a lot of people that are not going to end up working at Restore for 20 years. And that's fine. But my goal for everyone while they're at Restore is that they can leave Restore with a skill that they didn't have before they were at Restore. And that's something that they can take with them to their next job or to the business that they start. I love sending people off to start their own. Like that is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I love seeing people take an idea that is theirs and say, I'm going to go make this happen. And that, you know, hopefully you can learn something at Restore, working at Restore, that allows you to do that. And one of the great things about working at Restore is a lot of our clients are people who have done this for themselves. And my favorite part about visiting a location is all the conversations that I have with our clients, because so many of our clients have such interesting lives and do so many interesting things and have so many little tidbits of knowledge and wisdom. And it's an environment where you can connect with those people and they can connect with other people, whether that's other clients or other staff. And when you're all there in that environment, you're all making each other better. And that's on top of the benefits of the therapies that you're getting. That's on top of the mental benefits of doing red light all the time. That's on top of the physiological benefits of cryo. That's on top of the benefits of doing the hyperbaric chamber regularly. And all of those things are very real. And then when you throw in the community element of that and the knowledge sharing that can happen in a drip room, I mean, we've both sat in the drip room hundreds of times at this point, mm-hmm. and had conversations with people where it's you know, you wish you could bottle those conversations up and put them on a podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're great. They're so good. I've had so many. I've told them, I'm like, why aren't we on a podcast? Like,
yeah,
why haven't we talked yet?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm just a busy man. I'm like, oh, just come on.
But you have so much wisdom to give the world.
You have so much. And here's what I tell everybody. I'm like, the reason why I love podcasting so much is that I know for me, I would have loved to see my dad or my mom do this, because it'd be so cool to see them when they were younger, mm-hmm. and get like an hour straight of just talking.
Yeah.
And like their thoughts, how their mannerisms, everything.
Yep.
Even with their grandparents.
Yep.
So like these are little time capsules we're making right now,
mm-hmm.
For Restore as a brand, for us as people, like for everything. Mm-hmm. And the more you do them, the better. And I don't care how you feel about technology or whatever. These are cool, and you can find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do a lot of good. Anything else you want to touch on before we close?
I don't think so. It's been fun.
It's been good. It's always a good little chat.
Yeah.
We do bring some more people in here. I had a super interesting conversation with my client who's just in here, who met Jim Donnelly, came over to his house.
No way.
And we're going to have story time after this.
Oh, let's go.
Story time. Bye, guys.